When dealing with the soldier course on a curve, marking and cutting for the wedge cut pavers is one of the slowest, most time consuming parts of the job. Especially if you have an inexperienced person on the crew, this can take even longer. A simple tool to speed this process up is the Wedgie Marker. And it can be used three different ways. You can either use it to mark one side of every paver, both sides of every paver, or both sides of every other paver. Marking both sides of every other paver looks much cleaner, so that is the preferred method, and it also reduces the number of cuts in half compared to cutting both sides of every paver. There are two pins on here that will be pressed tight against the edge of the pavers on the outside of the curve. So this is our next paver that we want to mark and cut. Then we'll have a full one, this one will get marked and cut, and a full one. The pins simply press against the outside, and on the left side of the paver we're going to mark, we want to line up the inside of the wedgie marker with the outside corner. We want to try and keep full, these are 4x8 pavers, you want to keep 4 inches on the outside of the cuts. So line up that edge, marker in place, mark the paver, simply move it to the other outside corner of the same paver, line it up, get the pins tight against the outside of the pavers, hold it in place. I have your marks. You simply take this out of place, take it to the saw, cut it, drop it into place. We'll go do that now. One thing I want to point out is when you make the cut on your wedge, you want to make sure you cut through the corner as opposed to trying to leave the complete corner. If you do, the blade is going to flex and move off right at the end. It will just mess up your cut. So cut through the corner, trying to keep as much as you can. I've gone ahead and marked and cut 2 pavers. Show you that as you set them back in place, you'll move the full paver over to match. Drop in the second wedge cut. You can see each time we drop the wedge cut in and move the full paver over, the pavers move further and further. If we tried to mark and cut this entire radius as everything moved in, the cuts wouldn't match. Now we've got these in place, we'll go ahead and lay in 4 more full pavers and make 2 more marks and cuts. Again, when using the WedgieMARK, pegs are always on the outside of the curve. In this case, it's actually going to be inside the pavement as opposed to earlier on the outside of the pavement. Again, line up the corner of the paver we're going to mark, pegs tight against the outside. Take those 2 to the saw. The WedgieMARK can also be used on most retaining wall caps. The difference with these is the pegs will always be on the opposite side of the wedge as you set the caps out, and we're only going to mark one side of each cap as we work down. We will place the pegs tight against the outside, slide the outside here against the back corner, make our mark. We'll then take this block, we'll do one at a time, take this saw and make our cut. All right, now that we've got the mark cap cut, put it in place, slide the next one over, set in where we need to on the face of the wall. We'll mark for cut on the next one. Tags on the outside, tight to the block. Line up on the corner. And we'll take that one to the saw. And continue this all the way along the curve.
For more information on the WedgieMARK and all the other innovative tools PaveTech offers, please visit pavetech.com. To order the WedgieMARK, call PaveTech at 1-800-728-3832. For the latest updates, make sure to visit our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. To get ideas from contractor professionals and to share your expertise with people in the industry, make sure you like the Hardscape channel on Facebook.